Hey, what's up, guys? Coach Mac, Play Fast Football. Make sure you check out some of our sponsors. GameStrat sideline replay system we use. If you're looking for a highly reliable, highly affordable sideline replay system with great customer support and customer-friendly people, check out GameStrat. They'll be in the description box below. There'll be a link that takes you directly to GameStrat's site. DifferenceUSA Ultimate Striking Machine. We have one in our weight room that attaches to our squat racks. You get to work on elbows in, thumbs up, proper striking mechanics, different tension coils so that as kids get bigger, stronger, and older, you can change the tension coils to make it more difficult. Get thousands of reps. You don't need a partner. Nobody needs to hold a bag. Nobody needs to hold a medicine ball. Nobody needs to hold anything. It's just a player and the DifferenceUSA Ultimate Strike Machine. JustPlayFB, which is the digital software that I use, the only drawing diagram I use if I'm going to speak at a clinic or do a webinar and I need drawing tools. Just Play Sports and JustPlayFB is the only play drawing diagram tool that I use. DC1, I'm repping the DC1 shirt today. Defense Coordinator 1 in-game app that allows you to make critical in-game adjustments based on the actual data of what's happening in the game. So instead of guessing what's going on, you're actually able to input some data with some things that you already have built into a template, and then you get to make critical in-game adjustments based off of what is actually happening in the game. So make sure you check out DC1. All right. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think might be a kind of full circle comeback of 21 personnel. And the reason I say that is watching the Super Bowl, the 49ers offense this year was extremely successful. Did a lot of great things. Kyle Shanahan did a lot of great things. And I think you're going to see 21 personnel start to make a little bit of a comeback. I know 11 personnel has been a big thing for a lot of people lately, but I think with the play of Kittle and Juszczyk, the fullback, I think you're going to start seeing 21 personnel make a little bit more of a comeback. So I know that there's a lot of people that are going to think, well, Coach, it never went away. Yeah, I realize it never really went away, but I can tell you as a high school football coach in the state of Florida, over the last 6 to 8 years, I've had to defend very few true 21 personnel teams. All right, we've played 20 teams, we've played 11 teams, 10 teams, 30 teams, but haven't played a lot of true 21 personnel, old school pro personnel, and I think it's going to start to make a comeback because I think what the 49ers were doing and how they were doing it, they were doing a lot of good things that I think people are going to be interested in looking at. And one of the reasons is because of, all right, the dominance or the impact that Kittle and Juszczyk have on the field at the same time at the tight end position, all right, and at the quote-unquote fullback position instead of the new sniffer stuff. It's actually a true fullback position in the NFL. So with Kittle and Juszczyk, they become real effective in the run game. All right, and obviously the 49ers are a big wide zone team. But what is interesting to me, and I know a lot of NFL teams do it, but to me the Niners do it a whole heck of a bunch, or a whole heck of a lot, sorry. Kittle is off the line probably, in what I watch, Kittle's off the line probably 75 to 80% of the time, and that's because they are trading him and moving him, and they're trying to, all right, set the strength to one side and then move Kittle away and maybe run either, wide zone at him at the new three-man service that they created, or they run wide zone away from them based on what the defense does. All right, and they have the ability with Kittle being off, they have the ability in their wide zone stuff to give you a lot of different wrinkles. Okay, so, they might be able to go wide zone right at it, okay, and they might be able to go, possibly wide zone stuff there, and they might use Juszczyk to kick the backside, okay. They can go, all right, they can go wide zone with Juszczyk as the lead insert player based on the read on the 5, and they can use Kittle, all right, to kick the backside. So they can kick that backside with either Kittle or Juszczyk because they play with so much wide off. With him off the ball, he's got the ability to do some different things. So now they can get him to kick that backside. They can leave him front side. They can leave him both front side and run a wide zone insert play. All right, where based on what happens to the edge, Juszczyk can either get to the edge with Kittle or Juszczyk can go underneath and the ball can come back under. I've seen them run some almost locked wide zone insert on the backside where it makes it look like a counter play where they're working wide zone there. They lock the backside. They start Juszczyk this way, bring him back to that backer, start the back here, wind him back to that backer there, all right, with regular wide zone stuff. So they're doing a lot of creative stuff off the wide zone play. They're running some toss looks off of very similar wide zone action. All right, they've been running some gap counter power schemes. They ran a little bit of trap against the Packers, all right, in the NFC Championship game. So they're doing a lot of nice things that I think people are really going to want to start looking at as far as 21 personnel, wide off, being able to trade him and motion him and zip him to the backside. And then the other thing that I think, all right, to me that's going to be so effective in the high school realm is a lot of the 49ers passing game was based off of a lot of movement action. All right, so a lot of their passing game, all right, with Garoppolo was kind of moving the pocket around and throwing boots or waggles and then doing a lot of interesting things. All right, in the Super Bowl, Juszczyk caught a touchdown. All right, actually caught 2 or 3 passes, which is rare for him. It's normally Kittle, but they're moving Garoppolo with some boots and some things, and they're able to do a lot of different things. All right, so if they were able to, if they were going to go wide zone weak, all right, they were going to work wide zone to the weak side here, all right, they could get this action on the wide zone and come back with the movement pass here. All right, they can get this cleared out however they want to. They can bring this as the climb, and then they could slam Kittle down here and release him late to the flat. Okay, in the game the other night, they actually had the personnel switched where they had, all right, they had the Z tighter on the ball here with Kittle off the ball in a compressed set there. And what they did was the Z ran to clear out, and then Kittle came down and ran almost like a whip or a pivot from in back to out, whatever you want to call that route. He came down in here like he was cutting it off, and then he went back to the flat, and they threw one that way. Okay, they've also, they also have the ability to use Juszczyk as a fullback in the route. All right, and they can just, all right, they can go there, seal this, get him out, and now just go wide zone movement there. So they have so many wrinkles off their wide zone play and using Kittle and Juszczyk that I think it's going to be very conducive to a high school passing game, all right, where you don't have to rely so much on maybe the drop back passes. You can throw more quicks or maybe RPOs if you're a shotgun team, and then you build the movements and the boots and the waggles in, which is always good for high school quarterbacks. Gets them out away from the launch point that maybe they struggle with, makes protection a little bit easier for your line. You're not worried about dealing with maybe hots and backers and turn protection or full or half slide protection. So now you're just kind of sliding with a run action and see on the edge and getting that naked out around there. So I think the movement passes are going to be very conducive to high school football. And then I think the other thing that's so nice is with their personnel, all right, with their personnel, what you're getting to is you saw us in the Super Bowl earlier, you saw it a bunch where, they're kind of, whatever formation doesn't really matter, all right, but they were using Deebo Samuel from South Carolina, who was a slot slash running back type at South Carolina. Obviously, he was a receiver, but he was more of that Percy Harvin, Tavon Austin type, different build, different body, but that type of guy who got the ball in his hands as many times as possible on quicks and bubbles and stand-up screens and nows. But the 49ers off of their, off of a lot of their zone stuff, they were showing, like wide zone stuff weak, and then they were getting, I don't know if it was front side or back side, so don't shoot me for drawing it up, but they ended up getting a lineman out in front, and then they would slip, they'd show wide zone weak, and then Juszczyk would come back around, and they would use Deebo Samuel, and they're running all kind of reverses, and they're running them 4 to 6 times a game, so they're not really running them as trick plays, they're running them as misdirection plays, getting pullers out in front and the fullback out in front, blocking it a few different ways, but getting the ball into Samuel's hands off of their wide zone action, all right, and getting the ball into their best player's hands. So I think the way they use the 21 personnel with Kittle being wide off, the way they use Juszczyk in the blocking game and then in some boot action, and then the way they use Deebo Samuel in the run game with some reverses and some things to help out holding guys and slowing guys down on the backside while also getting the ball into the hands of your best player. To me, at least, who I've been a 20 personnel team, heavy 20 personnel for the last couple years, I'm actually looking at going to more 21 wide off because it gives me the best of both worlds. You know, now I'm getting that quasi three-man surface. The Y is off so I could possibly shift or trade him from side to side. All right, I can zip him to the backside of some things to cut off the backside. I can bring him behind the line of scrimmage on some boots or movement passes. All right, so that 21 personnel Y off, if you have the ability to do so and find a tight end and a fullback and play that fullback more in a traditional NFL fullback role, not the uptight sniffer role like we've been using, now you've given yourself a lot of options. And if you base that off of zone football, either inside zone, wide zone, or maybe carry one gap scheme. So like for me, I would look at inside zone, wide zone, and then carrying a counter scheme. All right, you get misdirection. You can get the ball to your wide receivers. You can move your quarterback around in the pocket and make easy movement throws for him. So I think, you know, a lot of people are going to say, well, Coach, I don't think 21 personnel ever went away. I agree with you, but in my experience over the last 6, 8, 10 years of coaching football and coaching defensive football, I don't defend a lot of true 21 personnel sets. So I think, and this is just a hunch of mine and just a guess, I think with the success of the 49ers this year, you're going to see a lot more 21 personnel, even if it's 21 personnel shotgun stuff and maybe finding a way to run wide zone or outside zone from an offset back. I think you're going to see more 21 personnel stuff, more boots and nakeds, all right, and then more misdirection runs and reverses to guys because I think the 49ers kind of set up, and even the way the Chiefs use Tyreek Hill and what they do with Travis Kelce, I think you're going to see 21 personnel make its way back into high school football. Just a hunch of mine, just a guess. I could be wrong. Again, a lot of you are going to say it never left, but you know, I think there's a way to get it back a little bit more prevalent, and I know we're going to move to probably some 11 personnel stuff, but I'm really interested in moving back to some 21 personnel stuff if we can find the right body. So I've been studying the 49ers. I think they do a great job. And obviously now with what the Chiefs have done and how they use Mahomes and then how the Ravens use Lamar Jackson, I think those offenses in the NFL are slowly but surely becoming a little bit more conducive to us in high school being able to use some of those theories. So just an interesting thought on my part about the return or the comeback of 21 personnel. Probably never went away at some levels in some parts of the country. Maybe it never went away, but it certainly has down here as a mainstay. So I think you're going to see it coming back. Remember to also check out Max One, which is an app that allows coaches to use everything in one platform where you can do your scheduling and you can do your have some workouts and communication and any changes you can communicate from your practice schedule. Like today, here where we are in Florida, we got a weather advisory, so they canceled all after-school activities. Get on the Max One app, send that out to all your players that everything after school is canceled. See you guys tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Whatever you need to do. Hey, we got to go in the gym today, guys. Make sure you have sneakers because we're going in the gym because of weather. Any changes in a game, like this year we had a game canceled because of a hurricane. You can get all that information out to people in one app, streamline, make it easy for a coach. All right, and also Dome Hats, which is the hat sponsor of PlayFest Football, and the school that I'm at right now, they made our football hats for my school. They made our football hats for PlayFest. They made some hats for the clinic. So make sure you check out Dome Hats. They're located here in Northeast Florida, but they have a great custom online hat builder so they can do work nationally, and every hat has a story. Dome wants to help you tell your hat story, make it custom, put your logo on it, design the colors, change the colors on the different panels. All the panels can be different colors. You could customize however you want. You could put writing on the back of a Velcro strap on the back, like we have swords up on the back of ours. You can put something on either side, change the color of the Dome logo on the side. So really neat feature being able to customize all your hats. Great company. Again, customer friendly, former football players, former football coaches. They know what we deal with and what we go through, so make sure you check out Dome Hats. All right, guys, remember to click the subscribe button. Remember to click the notifications, turn that bell on, ring that bell so you know every time I do a video, or if I start doing YouTube live stuff more, you know when I'm going live. Make sure a thumbs up, thumbs down, whether you like the video or you don't like the video, always helps us interact with our audience and know what we need to do next. All right, and then leave comments, any comments you leave if I see them. All right, and they get to my side on my side. I try to respond to every comment that ever comes into me. So thanks for what you guys do for me. Thanks for what you do for Play Fast Football. All right, I appreciate you guys. 7 years in the making. We've come a long way, doing a lot of great stuff, and we want to keep moving forward. So appreciate everything. Thank you very much. Remember, you won't play well until you play fast. See you next time.